Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Super27 and welcome to another Dokkan video. That is right, you read the title correct. This video is not going to end until I have BROLY awakened. So, what do we have to do to get BROLY awakened? Obviously, he is a prime battle, which means we're going to be grinding for a while. So you can see by the runtime how long it's just going to take like the average player to do. But, what I will be trying to achieve will be to get 14 copies of BROLY. That way I can fully activate his hidden potential system and get him to SA 10. And then afterwards I will just use Kai's to get him to SA 20. And then 25 once we can get him easy aid. I'm not grinding up multiple of these guys. I couldn't be bothered. I believe that we need 25 medals from stage 2 to make him an SSR to a UR. And then after that, we're going to need 777 medals, which will then in turn turn him from a TUR to an LR. And then there's also, as you can see here, awakening medals so that we can easy A him. So I'm going to assume that we need 45 of those. A lot of things that we got to grind, but they actually did something that is a nice little like quality of life adjustment, which hopefully will make this not take as long. So on stage 3, if we're bringing Paragus, we get an extra 50 medals. If we also, on stage 3, bring a Kid Trunks, that is another 50 medals right there. I'm assuming the stage 3 is going to be the 777 thing. So that's taking away 100. Still need to get, 677, which is a pain and a half to do. Then for stage 4, we need to beat it with 3 Hybrid Saiyans, we need 2 Uncontrollable Power, and we need 6 Youth Category Allies. So, let's just go ahead and dive in. This is just going to be a video of me talking, essentially. Put this on in the background. Nothing special is going to be happening. If I sound a bit funny, I do apologize. I have a couple of mouth ulcers at the moment. So, why is the board so big? Huh? Oh my goodness. Alright. But if I do sound a little bit weird, or if like my words like slur a little bit, or if I sound like I have a bit of a lisp, I do apologize. I have 2 on my front lip, and then I have 3 on my tongue. So it's also a little bit painful to talk, but I'm going to power through for you guys, because, I care about you guys and everything, and I don't have an upload for today. As you can see, I'm recording this at 3:13 a.m., and, I have a very busy day tomorrow, so I can't record this when I wake up. So, I am doing the incredibly irresponsible thing, and I am not going to bed until I get this edited and posted, so that'll be fun. So hopefully this won't take too long, but I have my doubts. But there are those missions that are going to make it go a little bit quicker, so that is nice. And we do obviously also have the boosted rates. So I know that there are 2 support memories, although allegedly there's a 3rd one coming during the celebration, which I'm very excited for. Specifically the Oolong Panties Wish, and then the GT Bra talking to her dad, Vegeta, about shopping or whatever. But there are these support memories that increase the drop rate. So I will be using those specifically on the 777 medal stage. So we need 15 of these, not 25. So that is good. Yet we still need the 777, and we do still need 45. Okay, but having 2 BROLYs right out the gate isn't bad. We're just going to do this in droves. So one at a time, get one like side quest complete. So right now we are aiming to get 14 copies of BROLY. Now I can just full out of this. I don't have to really do anything other than just talk to everybody here. So hey, how's everybody doing? How was your day? But I guess we could talk about this BROLY while we are waiting. This free-to-play BROLY, unironically, is like a top 20 unit in the game. Incredibly powerful. This is exactly what like uncontrollable power needed. Again, I still stand by what I said a long time ago when, like, the information for the team was leaked. I do just think that uncontrollable power is just, like, it truly is just a worse version of, movie bosses and artificial life form, because those are the 2 main categories you're going to want to run. But if you're going to want to run, like the Majin Buu characters, like Buhan, Fat Buu, Tech Exchange Buu. Oh wait, he's not on the category, so you might as well just run full Majin power to get full advantage of all the links and really get all that versatility, utility, all the cohesion that those guys have with all their healing that they have at the start of the turn, end of the turn, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you also have all of the options that you have available to you. And then if you want to run uncontrollable power, you have Tech Carnival BROLY, you have EZA LR BROLY, you have Int BROLY, you have Bio BROLY, you have the brand new summonable BROLY, the Int one. You have Harudagarn, you have Cell Max, all these units who are also, you know, on movie bosses, and a lot of those units are a little bit older, therefore they have restrictions for movie bosses. Like, just running Cell Max on a pure uncontrollable power setup is a little bit risky, because, like, if you are running Fat Boo, for example, you know, Fat Boo, obviously, he isn't super bosses or movie bosses, meaning that if he starts on a rotation with Cell Max isn't going to get access to his intro, and if they're on the same rotation, he's going to lose all that damage reduction. I think the damage reduction is attached to being on a full super bosses, movie bosses rotation. How many do we have right here? We're moving a little bit quick. I do need to kind of keep tabs on some of these things. We're at 5 right now. Okay. We're at 5 right now. I don't know if I mentioned this before at the start of the video as well, but Truth in a recent video, it was the video he was talking about, like, the community being not the biggest fan of this celebration or whatever, and potentially some people being a little bit whiny, too whiny almost. And at some point in the video, he mentioned that grinding up Bio BROLY shouldn't take more than an hour. So we will see about that. I remember when I was grinding Wheelo, when Wheelo dropped last year. I was grinding Wheelo for several hours, and that was with auto, but that wasn't with the enhanced drops, nor with these missions, so this could be nice, but time isn't always the most, I mean, time is very important. People live very busy lives, so a lot of these things can kind of conflict and be very, very irritating. It's just multiple things about, I was about to say burst mode. I actually do enjoy burst mode. Prime battles, there are multiple different things that make them very, very annoying. But I think that this is going to be one of the better Prime battles just ever, and I'll go back to that in just a moment here. But just taking an hour, not everybody always just has, like, a free hour to be grinding something specifically, because no one enjoys grinding. But, like, if you're watching a TV show, you could do this. Like, you could just have this running on in the background with your full auto. There are a couple of missions, so you do have to, like, kind of manually pay a little bit of attention, but you could put on a movie and spend your time that way. That way you can enjoy some leisure, while also being able to grind up a very good character. But stamina is something that I am also someone who, I kind of pay attention to stuff like that, dude. His animations for a Prime battle actually are pretty good. But we're also going to see, I went into this purposefully. I didn't have any of my boosts, my daily boosts. As of right now, you have 5 daily boosts, which is super, super nice. I always love when they give us 5. I think 5 should just become, like, the new industry standard instead of 3, but hey, that's just me. But stamina is a big thing, because meat items, as of right now, we don't have a way to, like, actually grind up meat items. And if you were a global player, we haven't had the Porunga Dragon Balls at all this year, I am pretty sure. I may be wrong, but I don't think we've gotten the Porunga Dragon Balls at all. Whereas, you know, if you were a JP player during the Tanabata celebration, you guys actually did get access to the Porunga Dragon Balls. So, a little bit jealous there. I know we're synced now, in quotation marks. We'll be completely synced by the start of the 10th anniversary. So there are a couple of those little nuanced things that are annoying. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that is a global shaft, but that is just free content. It's very good, easy content to do. Like, that doesn't take time at all. And then, you know, you get the 3 wishes, and the 3 wishes are incredibly powerful, one of which being getting the meat items. Until we get a weekly meat event, or a daily meat event, I don't know if I trust Amatsu to do a daily meat event, because knowing him, he would just give us 1 small meat every single day. I mean, which is better than nothing, but that's essentially... Most stage... Like, the small meat gives you, what, 20 stamina, I think? And most, like, difficult stages are 25. Alright, we need 4 more copies of his SSR, and then we can transition over. But, yeah, the whole point of this tangent is I'm also going to see how many stones it takes. I am not going to use any of my meat items. I'm deliberately going to use stones, so we can actually see, like, a quantifiable change in my stones right now. I believe as of right now, I have, like, 150 stones. I mean, we can see once we get out of the battle here, but I think I have about 150. But meat items are very valuable. I don't think you're a fool if you use meat items on something like this. I mean, I don't think you're a fool if you spend stones on leak leveling, if you take leak leveling very seriously. Like, recently, I just hit 200... link level 10 units. And I have several more that I could use with keys at any given moment. That was 3 Bio BROLYs right there. We need 1 more. I think that was 3 Bio BROLYs, and we just need 1 more. I guess we can double check right here, but... yeah, I mean, a lot of people take link leveling pretty seriously. Right now, I have, like, all of my, like, meta units, like, all of my units who are, like, runnable, I would say, are link level 10. I have 156 stones. Okay. We're starting with 156. We're gonna see what that drops down to as the video progresses. But like again, we don't have meat, and there's no way to grind it outside of whenever they give it to us through like. I don't know if you can buy meat in the shop. Like I don't know if there's ever been an offer like the what are they called? The peel-off trove, on Global, where because I know they have like box space, they have like stuff like that. But I don't know if meat has ever been included in that. I usually don't buy stuff like that. I mean, every now and then I do. I do spend on this game. I've never tried to hide that. I do put more money into this game than I probably ever should. But that's neither here nor there. That's me. Obviously, Dokkan responsibly. We got exactly 14. That's what I love to see. But right now, I have like 100 small meat items, around 240 medium meat items, and I have 24 big meat items. So I'm being very sparing with like my big meat. I don't really want to spend those if I do not have to. Just because, I don't know, I like having copies of things, and then there's like artificial scarcity does kind of worry me a bit of running out of something, not knowing when I'm going to get it back. Why are these stages so large? They really couldn't have just streamlined this to have it just be 4 tiles. I mean, I know the EZA at the end, because instead of having a separate EZA area, his EZA is actually just attached to this, which is, I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Also, I love that SSR art. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but if you don't, what are you doing with your lives? You totally should. I post there very regularly. I'm very active in several different communities, and you also get to see more of me. Aren't I great? But Tude Ron Me posted like the meme comparison of BROLY, this BROLY specifically, up against like that meme of like Pepe punching you, like winding up like a big punch, and it's the same energy. I thought that was funny. Also, that's another Prime Battle dub. That was a one-phase fight. That's an Amatsu. You're making this good. We got 4 medals right there. All right. So again, I do want to get one stage done at a time before we move on to the next one. But that's another thing about Prime Battles that usually takes a while, is that you have to fight each individual stage of the Prime Battle. Amatsu is making this pretty good. We might actually be able to do this in under an hour. Should I speedrun this, chat? Should this become a speedrun? Should I put up like a timer in the bottom left? Hell no, I ain't doing all that. But that's a good quality of life change. And if Prime Battles are going to be like this in the future, that's good. That is so good, because, again, I made a whole video about, like, 3 weeks ago, about how I hate Prime Battles. They were genuinely, like, my least favorite thing in the game. Just to give a quick summary of why I despise them so much. Number 1, they take forever. Number 2, they're resource hogs. 3, they waste summonable character potential. 4, like, usually the animations and, like, the OSTs are lame. Outside of BROLY, they don't have voice acting, although BROLY's is just him going, like, rah, in his intro. And they just take forever to grind. By the time they EZA, their EZAs are never good enough. It's bad for free-to-play players, just because you're going to be spending so many resources as a free-to-play player. So many stones, your scarce meat items, again, something you cannot grind. Trying to grind up this character, and no Prime Battle has pretty much ever been good. I mean, I understand that, like, Prime Battle Super Saiyan Goku was pretty good on release. Especially then once he EZA'd, because he was the first LR or whatever, but you're just not getting value out of them. And, like, Dr. Wheelo, that's the one I always like to bring up. When are we ever going to get a summonable Dr. Wheelo with voice acting, with, like, really, like, high-tier animations? They used up pretty much everything that Dr. Wheelo had to offer. And Dr. Wheelo, yeah, he's not, like, a super hype character, but every person in the game deserves a summonable unit. At least a TUR bare minimum. And then we can look at some other things, like Tien. Tien's most hype moment in the show, which is probably his fight in the Cell Saga. I know some people like might mention the Tri-Beam up against Semi-Perfect Cell, which, like, yeah, that is cool, but it is just kind of like a very short moment. It would make for a great TUR, because then the only animation you would need to would be for just, like, the Neo Tri-Beam. I don't know if he could have, like, an active skill where he's launching, like, multiple back-to-back-to-back, and it would be, like, massively raise attack, temporarily cause supreme super ultimate damage to the enemy, but it like makes you lose half of your health or something. Like that would be cool for like a TN unit. But primarily TN, when people think of like really cool TN moments that has a lot of stuff to draw from, it's the Saiyan invasion, where, you know, you lose Chaozu and he's doing the one-arm tri-beam right before he dies, and he's doing that little melee beatdown. He has a lot of potential. Oh wait, all that got used up in a Prime Battle from 2 years ago, which wasn't even good when it dropped. Like, I don't remember if he could even go up against, like, Red Zone Broly. Because he dropped right around when Red Zone BROLY was a thing. Okay, we only have 14 of these? Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I just despise it. And like Krillin, you know, someone who has been in the series, Goku's best friend since OG Dragon Ball. We are nearly 10 years into this game's lifespan, and we do not have a Krillin TUR Dokkan Fest. We don't have an LR. We don't have anything for Krillin. Are you serious? Like, he has, like, probably by far the most side banner units in the game. The most recent of which was 23rd World Tournament Goku over a year ago. So, could we get some Krillin love? Like, Krillin, again, he has plenty of iconic fights, but I would say one of his more, like, iconic moments is in the Saiyan Saga, which was relegated to a Prime Battle LR. I don't mind, like, First Form Frieza, because we got more First Form Friezas much later down the road, but we did. Super Saiyan Goku. How many Super Saiyan Gokus do we have? Both summonable and free to play. And even, like, some Prime battles, like Vegeta, Big Bang Vegeta, which is also, you know, a Dokkan Fest TUR that we got this year, was also a Prime battle from, like, 2017. So it took from 2017 up until now for that to become a summonable unit. I mean, granted, they gave the unit justice, but we had to wait that long for Vegeta's, like, first introduction into showing us that he's a Super Saiyan. We had to wait that long because it was a Prime battle. And Trunks, one of my favorite Trunks moments in the show is when he goes back to the future and he's able to just destroy both of the future androids. And that's a Prime battle. And when is that going to become summonable? When are we going to see those animations in, like, good 2024 quality? I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking, man. I know there's only, like, 8 or 9 Prime battles, but I feel very passionate about this because certain other game modes have been removed in the past. Like, if you go back and watch some of my older videos, specifically Chain Battles, what I'm referring to here. Back in the day, I used to say Chain Battles sucked. I did. There's, I'm not gonna deny, there is video evidence of me saying I think Chain Battle is bad. But I changed that tune pretty early on into my YouTube, like, career or whatever, because I realized I wasn't scoring high, but for 10 minutes a day, I mean, number one, I was getting a video upload out of it, which I was always grateful for. And then two, I was getting good rewards for being at, like, lowest top 51. It didn't matter that my current box didn't have every single unit. It didn't matter that my friends list had terrible lists. None of that really mattered. I was still getting good rewards every single time, because there was a chain battle, like, what, every, like, 2 months or something along those lines. And it was worth it. It was worth it. Again, skill orbs, like, the replacement for that was the Whis event, which to this day still hasn't been revamped, which it definitely needs to be. Okay, there's the, oh wait, I only needed 15. Why did I go to 25? Oh god. Were you guys screaming at me in the comments? Someone retroactively call me a bitch or something. That would be funny. Alright, so, this stage, this is the stage that we need to get 777 medals. But we have missions that we can do. So stage 3, we have to beat it with a Paragus and a Trunk. So I have 2 teams. No, I don't. I have 1 team, and then I just need to add Trunks onto this one. So let's beat it once with auto. Actually, let's use this team first. So only SA10, huh? Yeah, I don't even know. I just completely lost every single tangent that I was thinking of, because I got distracted by my own dumbness there, grinding out even more medals. That's an L on me. That's on me. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean it. I apologize. I do. How deep into the recording are we? Yeah, there's no way we're getting this done in an hour. We're already 20 minutes deep. No way. And it looks like, again, we only have 1 phase fights. I like these changes. I do like these changes. I was talking about Chain Battle. But yeah, we lost Chain Battle because so many people complained about Chain Battle. And, like, I get it. You're allowed to complain. I do it all the time. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with, like, voicing your opinion or whatever. But once you get to the point where, like, you're being aggressive or you're being rude about it or you were just dread posting, like, all the time. Because, like, you can watch my videos where I dread post and, or not, I don't dread post. I need to get that clearly stated right now. But whenever I, like, voice my opinion about not liking something, or I think something is bad, there are people who just, like, will read, wait, there's missions here? Oh, these are the missions right here. Oh, I could have just done it on this page. Alright. So there's that one. Now we just have to beat it with Trunks. And that gets us a whopping, if I'm not mistaken, 100 medals, which is pretty good. So let's just get rid of this. And then we can probably take this Trunks off for that Trunks. There we go. That drastically lowers the rates, though. We'll put him back on the team. We'll put him back on the team after this one. Someone remind me to do that. But, like, I miss Chain Battle. I miss it just because the other, like, systems we had to get it. And outside of skill orbs, like, you got Zenny statues. You could get a bunch of stones for it. You could get training items, locations. You got a bunch of stuff for 10 minutes a day for 5 days. But we still have World Tournament. Now, I don't know if World Tournament is going to change or not. Because as far as I'm aware, Chain Battle lasts a full... Or, excuse me. World Tournament lasts a full day longer on the international version. Because of all the different time zones. The JP version, again, please correct me if I'm wrong. But from what I understand, it's midnight to midnight. So, like, as soon as it's Saturday, World Tournament starts. And then as soon as it's Monday, World Tournament ends on the JP version. But for us global players, it starts Friday, and then we have all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then all day Sunday, and then it ends. So, like, for me, it ends on, like, 2:30 a.m. on a Monday. I don't know if that's the case for everywhere. Okay, we're actually getting some pretty good stuff right there. Now, I do definitely want to add back the LR Trunks, just so we can further bolster our rates right here. And I am also going to add the Oolong support memories, just to see how quickly this will enhance things. I guess I should have probably... Oh, I forgot that I can't skip it when I have auto on. You can? When did they change that? There's so many quality of life updates going on right now. I'm being so pleasantly surprised. This is a good day. This is a good day. Amatsu, are you going to make me like Prime Battles? I mean, if every Prime Battle LR is as good as this kid is right here, they have potential. Now, granted, I still would have preferred if BROLY was summonable, because then a few things can kind of happen there. Like, yes, he does already have an OSD, and one of his OSDs actually is pretty good. But, like, there are just some, like, I don't know, quirks about how he's everything you can kind of tell. Like, his kit is very solid. The only downside to him is that, you know, AoEs are going to kind of destroy him. He's restricted to one team, and he has low stats, so he's really not going to be doing damage. Like, damage thresholds, he's not going to be doing anything. He's also not supporting his own category in any meaningful way outside of the giant transformation target all mechanic, which can be activated on, like, turn 7 and later on. But, like, if you look at his intro... Because, again, I'm a Bio Broly defender. I actually think that's a very slept-on movie when it comes to, like, the Dragon Ball films as a whole. I'm not saying it's, like, perfection or anything, but I do just think it is heavily slept on. Like, the fights in it are actually pretty cool. I think people just don't like it because they made Broly, like, the Pooh Man or whatever. Someone called him the Pooh Man in my comments the other day, and I was very confused. I was like, what does that mean? But, yeah, so... I don't know, like, there's cool choreography in the, that's a word I can't say, it's choreography, but people say, like, choreography. I can't say that word, that's weird. But yeah, there's a lot of things they could have done a little bit better, I think, if he were summonable. And, again, I think every unit deserves a summonable unit, but he is an LR. Bio Broly does have an LR. The only shame is that he's instantly EZAing, as well as the other TUR is instantly EZAing. Now, they are both on the same team, obviously, and they perform a little bit differently. The TUR is good for, like, short fights. He has 90% damage reduction turn 1, turn 3 he has 70, and then, like, he loses 20% every 2 turns, and then, already at 220, not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, as I was saying, he starts off, like, with a massive amount of damage reduction that, like, tapers off. He's like a Golden Frieza character. And then on turn 10, for some reason, he gets more damage reduction and more stats for 1 turn. So, you would never use him in that instance, because after, like, I don't know. Realistically, though, with 90% damage reduction, but he only has 102% to stats, even with 70% damage reduction, he's going to get slapped up. I would imagine. Like, just... Because look at Zamasu, for example. Zamasu from last year. He is still pretty much untouchable turn 1 with 80% damage reduction. But turn 1 Zamasu and turn 3 Zamasu are very different characters. You know what I mean? That difference in damage reduction is meaningful. And obviously, that's a unit with much higher stats. They're both the same type as well. But I don't know. I feel like the other Bio Broly you can get some advantage of in shorter events, especially if you get them in slot 7. Like, that's the most ideal place to get them, slot 7. That way you can do all the things that you need to do, and it'll have its damage reduction for deeper into the fight. Whereas Prime Battle Bio Broly, his weakest turn is actually going to be turn 1, when he only has the 60% damage reduction, but next time he comes around, he's got 72. After that, he's got 84. After that, he has technically 84 again, because he gains 12%, but then he loses 6. So you're always going to be around, like, I think 84 should be your maximum, unless you float him, and he comes back on a different rotation, and then you can probably get him to 90 at that point. But then he has this target all mechanic, where, you know, he has the guard, and the massive amount of damage reduction. He's essentially unkillable. It's really funny how Beast Gohan, who I think I now have at number 2, if I had to think about it again, I don't have the brand new Gohan, but from what I've seen from the brand new Gohan, I drastically underestimated his base form. His, standby is exactly what I thought it would be, unkillable, doing a bunch of damage or whatever, but I did not think that his base form would be able to put up the numbers that he does, so I'm actually fairly impressed with that unit. I do think that they are number 1, just because they are so unkillable and they do so much damage. It's insane. Because I thought they would be like Buhan, because reading the kit, you know, he has the guard, and then he gets the dodge after he gets hit one time. So it's like, okay, that's literally Buhan's kit. He's going to be like Buhan. But I did not see him launching like 33 millions and stuff. That was not even in like my thought process. I had no idea his numbers would be able to get that high. But I probably have him at 1. Then I have Beast. Probably then I have the Broly Super Saiyan Trio. Then Carnival Broly. Then Cell Max. Then AGL MUI? No. I don't know. Because I also kind of want to experiment with Goten and Trunks. So stay with me here. This is probably going to be a hot take, but I don't know. I'm just a little bit curious about this, but I actually think that there could potentially be an argument for Goten and Trunks to be better than AGL MUI. Now, I know that sounds crazy on paper, and I fully acknowledge that sounds crazy, but so on turn 1, they only have, I think it's 30% chance to dodge, and then each time they dodge or get hit, they get the extra dodge, and they can go all the way up to 80%. They also have 30% damage reduction, and they're building up the entire time. I think they have some support, 2-turn support on their unit super. So here's my thought process. They are out damaging MUI. And MUI, yes, he has 77% chance to dodge, and he has 2 guaranteed dodge turns. His first appearance, and then if his revive is specifically activated, he has another guaranteed dodge turn. And then any given turn, he can get back up to 100%, given on how many dodges that he gets. Goten and Trunks, out the gate, they don't have the same amount of dodge. But much higher attack stats, better 2-turn support, because MUI, he only gives crit support for 2 turns, and it's 7%. I think they probably give like 30% attack and defense. Again, don't know the character off the top of my head. I haven't grinded them up yet. I will be looking forward. Oh, here we go. There's our first stone spent. But I will be looking forward to using the character and really getting to like familiarize myself with what they're doing or whatever. But they have a very similar start of turn appearance. Like on their, it doesn't take them very long to get built up, depending on how many attacks they get hit or dodged by. I know that's RNG related though, so you know there are some instances where they won't be able to build up their dodge early on, and then later into fights they're only going to have a tiny amount of dodge, and then they can get caught. But they also have a guaranteed dodge turn that they can just pull out. It's an active skill, so you actually get to choose when you use it, as opposed to MUI, where it's his first turn. So there could be an instance where you have AGL MUI on turn 2. Oh, well, the boss only has a sliver of health. You don't get any advantage out of the guaranteed dodge. And then you're technically not guaranteed his dodge unless you get his revive. And then even still, you have to wait multiple turns for that. You have to die. You have to do the other rotation. And then, oh yeah, now AGL MUI has the guaranteed dodge. But again, there could be a situation where on the revive turn, that's his best turn. Oh well, he doesn't have, there's not a lot of attacks, or there's not a lot of HP, or whatever. You're not getting the full maximum potential out of that. Goten and Trunks, again, start of turn, they have higher dodge. It's only by 3%, but that'll make a huge difference in a lot of situations. Their ceiling isn't as high, but I feel like they are probably going to be a little bit more consistent, maybe? I know, it's only at 3%, but you run them in 1,000 events, and they all, like, just assume both of them die in one hit. There's going to be a 30 extra, out of 1,000, there's going to be 30 times, right? that Goten and Trunks live when AGL MUI will die. Out of 1,000, there will be 30. But they also have a guaranteed dodge turn that you can choose when to use it. Again, I think that there could potentially be an argument for them being better. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it or not. That's just what I'm thinking right now in my tiny brain. There's two little, like, brain cells that are actively playing Pong up there because I'm also trying to talk for just 30 minutes straight without really a topic or anything. And not really having anyone or anything to bounce off of. Again, how many people are just have this on in the background? If you are watching the video right now and this is on in the background while you're doing like homework or you're like painting your house or walking your dog or hell, even playing Dokkan, what should I have you guys comment? In the comments, if you see this, okay, I want you to comment out. I can't, but no, that would be bait. People would believe or wouldn't believe that. What could? Oh, God, I should have thought of this beforehand. Oh, say, I can't believe Paragus died. There we go. Say, I can't believe Paragus died in a Prime Battle event. Or, like, say something along those lines. Like, yo, when Paragus died, that was insane. Or, like, something along those lines. I'll know what you mean. I'll know that you made it to the, like, what, 30-minute something mark? 31-minute mark. I'll know that you were here, that you were listening this whole time. And, hey, I appreciate you. But, also, I should probably throw this out there. If you made it this deep into the video, that probably means that you enjoy it. Either you like Dokkan and you want a new perspective on things, or hey, maybe you like me. I'm just a tiny little guy who's trying to make a big difference in the world by sharing positivity and trying to be a positive role model to everybody out there. So, you know, it would help me out a bunch if you could, you know, scroll down a little bit. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. Share me around with your friends. Again, I'm on pretty much every other social platform you can imagine. I do have a TikTok. I don't really use it anymore. I'm actually thinking of getting rid of my TikTok and removing it from the description of my videos because I have posted a couple of like YouTube shorts only on YouTube and have not posted them to TikTok just because TikTok, I don't know. I don't understand how it works, man. Like, I feel like I should, but, like, I don't get it because I'm not doing trends or whatever. If I was doing trends, then yeah, I would post stuff to TikTok all the time because that's how you really, like, blow up over there. But I pretty much just do, like, short little clips or, like, I've done, like, Can You Guess This Dokkan Battle Unit. Those are fun. I feel like you guys enjoy those. I should probably do this more often. Like, maybe once a week. I should try to do those. Like, every Sunday there'll be a Guess This Dokkan character. Let me know if you guys would enjoy that as well. But yeah, you know, just lots of stuff. If you enjoy me and you want to help me out, follow me everywhere. Again, I do have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube. The links to which can all be found in the description. Again, YouTube, daily uploads, or I try to be daily. I do miss a few, but that's because life's a little bit stressful sometimes, but, you know, I try to not let that always hold me back. So if there ever is an absence, I do try to announce it beforehand, because I do try to be very consistent with my uploads, and everything. Like, I do think I enjoy the 5:30 upload time the best. But sometimes you guys get double uploads. Like, if I ever do a double upload, it'll either be at 12:30 or 5:30. Like, when I learned about BROLY, I did a double upload that day, and you guys seem to enjoy that because the comments that I got were pretty funny. People were being like, oh, no, it is a Prime Battle. Because I've talked about this before. BROLY, as dumb as it sounds, was one of my most anticipated units for over a year. Because if you didn't know, was it last year or 2 years ago? It was last year, I guess. Last year, I made this little concept, like this little series, where I made 4 custom Brolys. I made one for, obviously, the first Broly movie, movie 10, movie 11, and then DBS Broly. Because I thought, like, a worldwide download celebration where all 4 summonable units were Brolys could actually make for a pretty fire celebration. And it's kind of funny that knowing a year in advance, I would actually nail the head on the coffin? Is that what it is? Nail the coffin on the head? What's the expression? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But we got 3 of the 4, and then the other, I mean, back in the 9th anniversary, we did get Dragon Ball Super Broly. So this year we have 4 Brolys. We have 1 of each Broly. So I don't know. Maybe Amatsu watches. You think Amatsu knows who I am? Do you think he's taking ideas from me? Amatsu, if you're watching this, I want royalties. Also, don't think I'm going to forgive your ass for making this guy a Prime Battle. You have made a lot of quality of life improvements, so I am going to give you credit where credit is due. I'm still mad at you, though. Should have been summonable. But I guess at the same time, I'm also glad he's not summonable because, to be fair, though, if he was a Yellow Coin LR, he does have a Yellow Coin LR kit. And if he was summonable, I feel like you could give him some support for uncontrollable power, and no one would really bat an eye. But since he's free to play, I feel like He's doing enough for a free-to-play LR. He's by far the best free-to-play in the game. Like, I don't think there's any question about that. Again, I think he's, like, top 15 in the game. With what he's doing. Because he's just a weaker Cell Max, who is a weaker Beast Gohan. So, like, you can make a comparison saying, like, oh, yeah, this guy's Beast Gohan. And, like, I get it. Although some people are saying he's better than Beast Gohan. I think y'all need to kind of cool your jets. Just a little bit there, alright? The Beast Gohan disrespect, or the people who just want Beast Gohan to, like, be dethroned, I suppose. I mean, it makes sense. Like, the unit, if you've been playing on JP, he dropped in February. That was, what, 7 months ago, roughly? And for us global players, though, he's only been out for, what, month and a half? Probably nearing 2 months as of right now. But he was number 1 on the throne for a while. And while I don't agree that the trio is better, I think I do have to yield and say that the brand new family Kamehameha, because, like, dude, they're taking super, or they're not taking supers, but, like, they're tanking normals, they're dodging supers, and then you go into the standby, and the standby is, like, the tankiest thing in the game that also has the most powerful attack in the game. Why could it Broly have been that? Because just super bosses, or excuse me, just movie bosses have a standby. It doesn't. It has 2 domains. Why didn't they do it the other way around? Huh. I guess I am now just thinking about that. Because there's a lot of repetition on this team. And I'm someone who loves villains. I think villains always need to be getting buffs. Villains aren't designed well enough because their teams always get power crept out so fast. And I'm trying to think, like, realistically, with how fast power creep is moving, is this team even going to be runnable during tenure? Probably not, if I'm being completely honest. Because, like, Fusion Zamasu, I mean, if you ran, like, a Realm of Gods team where you had him, the TUR, Majunior, both 5-year Fusion EZAs, and your choice of a floater, you probably could get away with that in, like, most 9th anniversary content. But, like, Gogeta Blue walls out that team. The Red Zone movie Boss Rush walls out that team. Entirely. So, I don't know. Do I think that this team is cohesive enough with... So, if you run Uncontrollable Power, like, let's just say you're running Uncontrollable Power. So, you're going to have DFE Broly, you're going to have Carnival Broly, you're going to have Cell Max, you're going to have Bio Broly, LR EZA Broly. And then who's the final option on the team? Is it Int EZA Broly or Hirudegarn? Probably Hirudegarn, because right now I think Broly is significantly better because there are so many Hybrid Sans, Pure Sans movie heroes. But, like, if 10th Anniversary is what I think it is, which is going to be a Super Saiyan Vegito and then a SSJ4 Gogeta, Part 1, and then Part 2 being Omega Shenron and Kid Buu. If that is what it is, that deserves a subscription, because I'm calling that shit. That is, like, the perfect Part 1 and Part 2. Or I guess you could do Kid Buu and Vegito Part 1, and then Omega Shenron and What's-His-Face Part 2. That would be fine. But that is what I'm thinking. Also, I know a lot of people have been having discourse about this, that, like, oh no, Bio Broly got an LR before Kid Buu. Shut up, okay? Bio Broly deserves it. He has big bad bosses. So, like, I'm just throwing that out there, you know. None of the Buu characters other than Buhan and Kid Buu have it, so he's in their ballpark, all right? Y'all gotta tone it down a little bit, okay? Have some respect when you're talking to my goat like that, all right? I'm just kidding. Obviously. Because I also feel like sometimes people take this game too seriously. That's a completely different tangent, but I feel like people take this game too seriously. It's a mobile game at the end of the day. Like, we're here to have fun, but Kid Buu getting an LR, you know, would be the perfect time to give him an LR 10th anniversary when we have a Super Saiyan Vegito counterpart. Even though I know they don't fight or whatever, and having Buhan would be more thematic for that. I don't care. I want... Oh, wait. We can put the Brawl one on. There we go. And, again, going back to the tangent, there's supposedly another one that's going to take the green support memory, which is for, like, movies, or whatever, movie villains, movie hero, characters generally. I don't know if that's in the Dragon Ball story event, or, like, how we are expected to obtain that, but having 3 of those is actually going to be pretty fire, because we ran out of the Oolongs pretty fast, but I feel like Oolong definitely, like, carried his weight right there. Hopefully the new one, I think it's Android 18 and Krillin. Probably from the BROLY movie. Like if I wouldn't want it to cost 120, because if you have, the maximum amount of support memories you can carry is 1,000. So the Ulan one is so good, it's because his only costs 70, whereas the Bra one costs 120. So you don't get to use it as much before you have to swap support memories, and yada 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 yada. You know, just resource management. But I don't know if like this brand new one costs like you split it right down the middle. Well, it's not right down the middle, but in the middle, you made it cost 100. Or even better, you made it cost like 90. Like, that would be good. You just get to use it more often, and if you only used it a little bit, you wouldn't waste all of your resources, like, having it completely be drained. Like, if it was for, like, a shorter event, like a story event, or, whatever. Instead of having to use, like, 800 of your GT support memory, maybe we could use 400 of the Movie Hero one, for example. That way you wouldn't have to go back and spend as many Baba coins or grind up, you know. I mean, to be fair, it's really not hard to grind support memories. It's just frustrating whenever you're, like, losing a bunch while using a support memory. Just over and over and over again. I mean, this was much more of a big deal, I feel like, during the 7th anniversary. At least for me specifically, because that's when my box was a lot weaker than it is now. My box is pretty competent. Like, even when I played this game in, like, my free time, I don't reuse items. I mean, you guys see, I beat all these events pretty much, like, first try, no item. The last fight I wasn't able to beat initially was, what, Red Zone Kid Buu? And then before that, it was Fusions of... Did I beat Fusions of Zamasu day 1? I don't remember. I remember the VB event. The VB event, that took me multiple hours to beat the first time. Did I beat Fusions of Zamasu on the first try? No, you know what it was? I did beat Red Zone Zamasu, but not Fusion Zamasu. It was the stage before it. Because I remember I watched Truth initial video of it, and he couldn't beat it with his first couple of attempts, and then I did it like second or third try, and I felt so proud of myself for doing that, because it's like, you don't need to have rainbowed units to be able to play. You just gotta have RNG on your side and make good, smart plays. I do remember that. All right. But I think I did lose to Merge Zamasu for a long time, and it wasn't even until the start of this year. Like I made a video about it, because I used to make videos back in the day comparing two characters to another. If you guys want to see a revival of that series, let me know. I would actually like to do it. I don't know how I would do it on my current setup, but I can figure something out. But, I was going to do a video comparing standbys. I forget, no, what was it? I don't remember. What was I doing? I don't remember, but for whatever reason, I had the... Oh, there we go. We have enough medals. Perfect. So we can go here. So, before I finish that tangent, I have to beat stage 4... with 6 youth units, 2 uncontrollable power, and 3 hybrids. Alright. So, we can just go ahead and use... we'll take it off. We'll take it off. So, we can use... No, again, I want the Trunks. Had the higher boosted rates. But we'll do the hybrid run first. Then we'll go over and do the youth. And then we'll do the uncontrollable power to wrap it up. So, hopefully that plus these missions will be enough. What is the time marker we're at? We're at 43 minutes. Will the Truth DT be correct? Did my man predict the future? Alright, but right here, if you can notice, or if you remember, this is his SSR art. So we probably are going to have to fight the SSR, the TUR, and then the LR. So this will be a 3-stage fight. So, yeah, he also has a little bit of tankiness to him. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that Trunks only has, like, 10 super attack. I'm gonna be honest, most of the time for, like, older free-to-plays or, like, modern sub-EZAs that I don't think are that good, I keep their super attack at 10. I'm not grinding them up. I know, you can flame me for that. Because the thing is, no one has ever pointed it out. I pointed out myself. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is a multiple-stage fight. Okay, confirmed. Confirmed. But I forget what video it was. It might have been bringing the Peppy Gal team up against Fusion Zamasu that I made earlier this year. Titled, like, This is the Best Team on Global. I think that was the video where I brought Sub-EZA Kefla, and Kefla only had 10 out of 15 super... Oh, damn! Damn! Am I gonna lose? Oh my god, don't let me lose, dude. Don't let... Okay, that was only half my HP. Can I also say that this free-to-play was actually really good on release? I mean, he had a little bit of a disappointing EZA, and he was really only good for, like, short events. Like, free-to-play stuff or whatever like this. Because he has the guaranteed crit turn, like on his first turn. I mean, I guess we can pop this. I don't see why not. Yep. These kids are going into slot 1. There we go. Am I going to die to Bio Broly? Gee, I hope not. Gee, I hope not. There we go. But we do have B-Pan support. Like, B-Pan is one of these units, for example. She only has 20 super attacks. I can't be bothered. I'm not wasting Kai's, and I'm not wasting time grinding up the B-Pan event, which you can only do. Also, speaking of the B-Pan event, is it even worth doing anymore? Like, I was thinking about this because, you know, it happens once a week. You're able to do it twice, each stage, the stage 1 and stage 2. But that's a lot of stamina spent for... I feel like her link level rates aren't that great. Like, when you're a lower level, yeah, because you just get a butt ton of experience. She levels you up super quick. But, like, I'm level 881, I think. I'm getting very close to the 299 range. And I'm not excited about that. Not being able to, like, freely refill my stamina is going to suck. If they want to do another real quality of life thing, they just add more ranks. You know, like, once you're at rank 999, let that shit go all the way up to 9,999. You know what I mean? Because that would give people who, like, really care about power level, like Toxic Jordan, Truth, like, all those player bases, like, the people who play to, like, have the best account, that would give them something else to, like, grind and achieve for or whatever. And, like, the game keeps track of everything you've ever done in the game, you know? So, like, there could be people who are ranked 999 right now. Like, I don't know about Truth, but there's a chance that, like, they could do that in an update and then Truth would wake up and he'd be ranked 7,412 or something. Like, that would be awesome. I feel like that would be a huge, huge, huge quality of life right there. So, that was that mission done. So, we still have to do 2 uncontrollable power and 6 youth. So, let's do... Oh, there's stone number 2. Alrighty. So, let's do the uncontrollable power build, which is this one. What is up with these random super attacks? Now, Bobity's off a leader skill here. Because I couldn't really think of, like, what uncontrollable power units to bring. Because most of them were just bad. But I figured I could float him and he would be relatively effective. Oh, don't auto this. And it's the friend in slot 1. I'm not resetting. It's the friend in slot 1. Hopefully... I mean, Prime Battle Cell is... He was pretty powerful last year. He's way stronger than every other unit we've been bringing so far. So, go ahead, do your thing. I mean... No, wait. Is he not... Is this not an easy age Cell friend? Or is his attack set just that low? Because he had no links. Surely not. At least I hope not. Alright, Bobbity, do your thing. Pui Pui, come in for the save! Dude, summonable Pui Pui win. I actually really want... This is another one of my, like, weirder unit requests. I want a Yakon. Like, give me a Yakon DFE. Or, I mean, I guess what you could do is you could do, like, a Deborah DFE, because he also deserves one. Again, every unit in the game deserves a summonable unit. Whether that be a Dokkan Fest, Carnival, Yellow Coin, whatever. Every unit deserves one. But, like, give us a Deborah. Who has, like, a standby that would also create a domain. I mean, all of the Bobbity characters could have domains. Like, has anyone, like, talked about that? Because Pui Pui's planet had 10 times gravity. It's like King Kai's world. Yakon had the world of the dark, where light didn't exist because he ate it all or whatever. So, like, what if Pui Pui, like, his domain just unrestricted just debuffed the enemy by, like, 15% attack because they move slower due to the gravity. Yakon could stun the enemy for, like, 2 turns. And then Deborah could give him, like, a generic, like, 15 or 20% attack increase. It doesn't have to do anything crazy. But, like, wouldn't that be fire? I don't know, because I know domains aren't, like, the most optimal, until we get the update. They're not, like, the best feature to have. I actually feel like it nerfs more characters than it probably helps. Just because there's so many clashes. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe once we get the update, and maybe we'll get, like, a standby update as well, where you're able to have multiple different standbys, but all the same type up at the same time. But also with, like, standbys, they could... So many of them are just the generic, collect a bunch of orbs, do a big attack. They could come up with something else, right? Like, or have a standby to transform. Or have a standby to revive. We have 3 types of standbys, right? It's the big attack, transform, or revive. 23rd World Tournament Goku and the GT Duo are reviving. Then we have, oh god, how many do big attacks? There's the DBZ Duo. There is the BROLY Worldwide Download Celebration Trio. There's the Family Kamehameha. There's the Gammas. I'm going to count the Gammas for that. What are other units who have a standby that do an attack? I think that's it. Is them? And then the ones who transform, like, there's 1,000 of them. You have last year's Tanabata Goku. You have, again, you could count the Gammas for that. Oh, Sword of Cope. I forgot about Sword of Cope. Sword of Cope. His is just a really big attack, but he can still attack. But you can't do that and the Super Saiyan 3 Spirit Bomb at the same time. Also, I'm remembering a story that I was starting to tell earlier, and I forgot. I was comparing the standby between the DBZ Duo and Sword of Cope, and that's when I got my very first ever no item run, and instead of doing the video as intended originally, I just made it a showcase for my very first no item run, so that's the lore behind that video. There we go. I remembered. But, like, what's another standby mechanic that they could do that's not just an attack or a transformation? We have 14 right now. So we can collect those. And then we get 12 by using 6 youth category allies. Interesting. So we go over here. I don't know why it keeps defaulting me to page 1. This is the youth team that we have. Do I want to swap you out? Probably not. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This guy's not that hard. Plus he has type advantage. I will actually pay attention to this one, though, just in case. But we had 14. So we had 14 right there. We're about to get 12 from this mission. So that is 26 right there. So we're guaranteed to have at least 26. Who do I put in slot 1 here? Probably this. I don't know if I trust the Trunks. I mean, the Trunks has dodge, I think. I actually don't know what this free-to-play Trunks does. I think he's like a 70% chance to dodge unit, but he has to go into slot 1. Or that might be the Videl. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention too much to the free-to-plays this year. Like, if you ask me what Paragus did, I know he makes Broly stronger on, like, turn 6, and that's it. I have no idea what else Paragus does. He dies in the active skill for the Carnival Broly, you know. That's pretty cool. Oh, God, we're hitting the point where I don't know what to talk about. Oh, no, we're almost an hour in. Will Truth... No, it's going to be a little bit over an hour, but... I mean, I'm not going to argue semantics. Truth said it would take you about an hour. And I haven't been, like, sabotaging to try to go slow. You guys can see. But there are a lot of quality of lives. The only thing I could say about this one would be, like, maybe have it be one phase, but change his typing from physical. Because, like, back in the day with the original 2 Prime battles, the Goku and the Frieza... They had a stage 4. Now, granted, you also had to fight all the various stages in that one as well. But they also, like, changed the typing. So, like, for Bio Broly, they could make him... So, they could make him AGL, right? And then AGL, Bio Broly, he hits a little bit harder. Like, this guy obviously is hitting significantly harder than all the other stages. But you can still make it, like, one fight. Or, I mean, he has a giant transformation. I know it's not this character, like, the free-to-play giant Bio Broly that you fight, like, in the Dokkan story mode, or the, that one Red Zone. That's an unobtainable card. As far as I'm aware, that is an unobtainable card. I'm gonna do this. Just in case he does have to go in slot 1, I would much rather him go into slot 1, as opposed to him just get caught, type disadvantage there in slot 3. His animations honestly aren't that bad. Like, that opening shot's not bad. Not great damage, though. Did I put a hidden potential build on him? I'm trying to think. I think I did. I don't know. No, it didn't really matter. It didn't even... Wait, did he attack? Wait, can he be stunned? Did he attack Trunks? Am I dumb? Hold on. Did he attack Trunks? We sealed him. Did he... Hold on. Someone rewind the video. Did he attack Trunks or not? It didn't look like he did, huh? I mean, I might have just looked away or something, but I don't know. I feel like Trunks attacked and then Gohan instantly went into his. I feel like there was no transitional phase, and I didn't see like the slide pop. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's 4:10 in the morning. cut me some slack. I had a long day today. I'm gonna have a long day tomorrow. It'd be like that sometimes. I did take a nap, though. So I'm now a little bit worried that I might not be able to sleep after doing all of this. Because uploading videos that are like an hour generally do take a while. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, I feel like the energy has significantly dipped in this video. How do I sound? Compare how I'm talking. Actually, well, I mean, I'm still projecting my voice. You know, I'm doing the YouTube thing. You had to have like that loud, entertaining, bolsterous voice. But I do feel like, well, at least within like the last 15 minutes, there have been several times where like my voice has kind of gotten a little bit quieter. And I'm rambling, or not necessarily just rambling. I'm like pausing because I'm like, oh god, what do I even say at this point? Because again, like, nothing's really happening, you know. I'm just fighting a BROLY Prime battle. This is the best Prime battle ever. There are still some things that could be, like, adjusted to make this a much bigger and better quality of life thing, but I am going to say that this is a dub. In terms of his kit, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to touch on it again. One of the best units in the game. Very, very solid. I wish he had a giant transformation instead of a target all. That's really, like, my only grievance with him. And I wish he was summonable. I wish he was summonable. All right. So we collect this right here. Can I say how many I have on this stage? So I need 10 more. Just 10 more medals. And we're done. Then we're done, chat. So I think I will use the Bra support memory now. I don't know if it'll affect this stage, but I maybe should have been using it all along. But the reason I wasn't is because I didn't know if the missions, like, I didn't want to have too many medals where, like, doing the missions would be obsolete. But in retrospect, well, maybe it would have been, I don't know. But, like, if I didn't need to complete them, because you didn't get stones or anything from it, those missions were purely just to get awakening medals. So maybe that was a blunder on my part, making this last a little bit longer. I don't know. But you guys enjoy this, right? Like, everybody enjoys a video where there's literally just, it's just me talking to you guys. But if you enjoy vibes like this, check me out on my Twitch. Yo, shameless plug. Tonight, actually, the day that this goes up, which is Friday, September the 20th, at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be going live on my Twitch playing Alien Isolation for the first time. I know essentially nothing about the game. I have seen people play, like, the endless arcade mode. I will be doing the story. But if you want to see me get spooked, I might have my heart rate monitor hooked up if I can get it fixed. Because what game did I play? What was the last horror game that I played? No, it was Elden Ring that I was going to hook it up for. I was going to have my heart rate monitor on for Elden Ring last week, and my heart rate monitor wouldn't work. Like, I couldn't get the widget to show up on my computer, and the thing is, like, the damnedest thing. There's not, like, actually an on-off button. You just put it on you, and it's supposed to naturally turn on. Like, you sync it with your phone. I couldn't get it to work. I messed with it for, like, 30 minutes before the stream, and then I ran out of time, so I was like, ah, screw it. I'm just not going to do the heart rate monitor, but I feel like the heart rate monitor would be fun, especially in Alien, which I feel like it's going to be a pretty scary game. Because I like the Alien series. The reason we're playing it is, I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I watched Alien Romulus 2 weeks ago, and no spoilers, but that was a very solid movie. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it was one of the better movies I've seen in theaters in a long time. Because I feel like movies have been pretty disappointing recently. Like, what were some of the other movies I've seen? I saw Deadpool Wolverine. I really enjoyed that. What are other movies I've seen this year? I can't remember them, probably because they were all so forgettable. I literally, like, can't think of one. The Menu was last year, and I didn't really care for The Menu. I generally like horror movies, if you can't tell, but yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking. I know I've gone to the theater multiple times this year. But I can't. I'm just blanking, man. I apologize. It might just be because I'm tired. I don't know. Well, the thing is, I'm not tired. Like, I mean, I'm tired, but I'm not, like, EP tired. I'm just, like, here. Oh, you can stun him. You can stun, seal, and debuff BROLY in this stage. All right, good to know. So if anybody does, like, a no-item run in here, dude, you're, like, top-notch. All right, you have so many ways to get around his difficult abilities. This is a tough fight right here. I'll be impressed to see the first BROLY Prime Battle no-item run. But let's see here. We needed 10. Is it possible to get a 10 drop right here, right now, to wrap up the video? We need 6. We need 6 more. How much does one run? Like 3 minutes? That's about how long it takes to do a Dokkan event. Also, I feel like, why are Dokkan events 4 stages? Can we talk about that? I know Truth has been saying this for the longest time, and I think this would actually be pretty legit. But if they had Dokkan events that had a extreme 3 difficulty that cost you like 100 stamina and was like roughly Supreme Magnificent Spectacle level, but if you beat the stage 1 time, you got all the medals. And then if you did the missions as well, you would have enough to do, like, your side banner unit, get them awakened as well. That would be awesome. Because, like, let's be real, most of the Supreme Magnificent Spectacles that we've been getting as of late, I mean, they're kind of lame, if I'm being honest. Like, none of them are very difficult. At least for this celebration specifically. Like, Evoken was, like, a good, fun, hard fight. Like, I enjoyed Evoken. And us global players, we still don't even have access to the hardest fight of the game, being Goku and Frieza. And I don't think that we should get a fight that is harder than Goku and Frieza before we get Goku and Frieza as, like, a global player. Because I think that's dumb when you get new content that just is, like, well, it's old content for us. But we get new content that's just inferior to stuff we already have. Like, the Red Zone 2. The one where you fight Tao, and then you fight Broly, Bio Broly, like those. That Red Zone was so disappointing. Like, I know I struggled, if you watched my live stream when the 9th anniversary started. I know I struggled up against, Frieza, Golden Frieza. I died once, I think. And then go up against Beerus, I think I died once as well. But, like, that's just from lack of knowledge. And, you know, they had the new mechanic with, like, the territories. I didn't bring a domain character or anything like that. But most of those fights, they were just nothing. It was just time filler and missions. But, like, I want some new challenging things that are doing different things. What we got right now, they're, like, all, like, trying to be really bulky, which I don't understand. Like, the 3 great Super Saiyans, like, at the end, where Goku, he just gets stronger each time you hit him. We have several bosses that just get stronger the more you hit them. Or we have these bosses who get more damage reduction, or whatever, but they hit super weak, so, like, the fight just takes longer. I don't know if Amatsu needs to know this, but, like, all of our units are, like, you're not going to whittle us down. I don't think there's a competitive team in the meta right now that you could whittle down. Because most teams get better as the fight goes on as opposed to worse. Now, there are units who do get worse, you know, like Angel, SSJ3 Goku. This Bio Broly gets worse as the fight goes on, but I don't know, like, like, even when, like, these units fall off or, like, starting to fall off, like, Angel SSJ through Goku is just a great example. Even with only 30% damage reduction in, like, slot 2 or 3, I don't think that there's a super in the game that's going to kill him after he does, like, 2 supers, you know? I mean, maybe the brand new Gohan with his crit mechanic where he ignores defense could potentially be a thing. I don't know. Also, they're also, like, duplicating mechanics, because, again, we have multiple right now that are just, like, their whole gimmick is they just get tankier. You do less damage as the fight goes on. But we now have 2 bosses that crit. We have the SSJ2 Gohan, and we have the Bio Broly. Or not the Bio Broly, the Second Coming of Broly movie, where he just kind of waltzes in and does his thing. And, like, yeah, the crits can be scary, but we have 2 fights to do the same thing, and neither one of them are that difficult. I don't know, it's just repetition. It's kind of like last year when we got, are you fucking kidding me? It's almost over. It's almost over. You're almost done. You're almost done. You're almost there. We can make it. We can make it, chat. But it was kind of like last year how when the first form Cell Red Zone dropped. Like, that was fun. That was a short one-phase fight that did a fuck ton of damage. And then we got Rose, the Goku Black Red Zone, and that one was fun. That was a 2-stage fight that did a lot of damage. And then we got, you know, the next one, which was Zamasu, which was pretty much the exact same thing as Rose, except somehow easier. And then obviously we got Merge Zamasu, which just had the AoE, which everyone has opinions about. I mean, I think it was bad. I just don't think it was as toxic as everybody made it out to be. Because we had units who could work around it. The thing that, like, I think really frustrated people was, number one, there's no counterplay. Like, there would be times you just loaded into death. Even if you brought, like, the best units, they were all rainbowed, you would waltz into death. That's not fun. But at least you're dying early on. So if you waltzed into death, I mean, 30 seconds later, you were retrying the event. Or, you know, you can use items, because there's nothing wrong with using items. Yeah, I mean, it was annoying, especially like at the start of a fight, having a check. I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of fights that aren't inherently designed the best. That being one of them. Because once you got to the physical phase, you were usually winning by that point as well. So it's like, what's even the point of having the second? Like, have I ever died to physical Zamasu? Probably. Because his super attack was still like what? Like a 1.9? Oh my god, Fusion Zamasu hits harder than the 3 Great Super Saiyans Goku. Because that's a 1.6. I'm pretty sure Zamasu hit harder. A boss from last year, I think, hits harder than a boss that dropped 2 weeks ago. That's funny. That's funny to think about. You know what else is funny to think about? If I just got one more fucking medal, I would be out of this. Oh my god. If I die... Oh my god. If I die and I have to do this again... Gohan, please. Gohan! You have to do it now, Gohan! I mean, he kind of did. Oh, Gohan again! Dude, this unit is probably one of the most disappointing units ever. Because their animations are actually so good. Like the 18 key and the intro. I know I have intros up. No, don't put BP in. It's up. No, fuck. Up. It'll be fine. If we die, we die. It'll be funny. I don't know. You guys can laugh at me in the comments. Let's see. We're good. Okay, we're good. Actually, I don't know if... How much HP do I have? Because I'm pretty sure that Trunks eats like 250. I think we've seen him eat 250. Oh, it doesn't even matter. We stunned him. All right. Guaranteed win. Yeah, this right here. This kid should be summonable. This should be a summonable fucking LR who's the best unit in the game. Trunks isn't even one of my favorite characters. Like, I feel like Trunks has some of the best moments, but he's just not one of my favorite characters, if that makes sense. Like when he kills Mecha Frieza, that's legendary. When he goes Super Trunks for the first time, fucking legendary. When he kills the androids, legendary. Heat Dome attack. All of those like moments in a vacuum are just so hyped to me. Honestly, my favorite portrayal of Trunks is probably in his origin short. I love that part where he tries to fight the androids by himself and he's having to run away, and at the very end, they're just like toying with him, letting him punch them or whatever. Absolutely love that. But let's go right here. We have all of the requirements that we can get this guy leveled up. So, whoop, let's go ahead and give him all of his SA again. I will give him... I'm falling out of my chair. Ugh! I was slouching down. I have bad posture. And then I fell out of my chair. But I'm going to just give him the rest in Elder Kai's because, again, I can't be bothered. I'm not grinding up. Even though that is better, I'm not grinding that up. I'm not grinding that up. You can say whatever, like, oh, that's bad resource management. You've been talking about resource management this whole time. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to be able to use this boy. I want to throw him onto my link leveling team. I don't know who I'm going to take off my link leveling team, but I definitely want to get this guy to link level 10 as, like, quick as humanly possible. I'm going to wait to activate those because... I mean, nah, I can go ahead and do it. I do want to give him full dodge. And then... probably additional secondary so that you can potentially get some of those debuffs. Because he has crit built into his passive, doesn't he? I think so. No, he launches a guaranteed additional super for his first 4 turns. I'll give him a little bit of crit. If I have to change it, I can change it. There we go. I'll give him equips later. I think what I want to do is give him 800 defense and then give him the rest as full dodge. That is the plan that I have. I think that is what I want to do with him. The only reason I want to give him the 800... excuse me. The only reason I want to give him the 800 defense is just in case you activate his active skill later into fights and he doesn't have as much damage reduction. I don't want him to get caught. I don't think he would with like 70% damage reduction and guard, but stranger things have happened in this game, I suppose. So let's do this. I'll funnel in like 15 of these guys just to see what happens. That also gives us a bunch of levels right there. So let's see, what is this essay going to look like? 19! Let's go! Elder Kai's for the win. One of those had to be that free-to-play bio BROLY that I fed in. Okay, doing this again. I know this also isn't the most optimal way to do it. If you want to do it the most optimal way, you like just give him the sword items. But again, I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go, SA 25. And let's give this boy this. That feels good. So I now have my darling Bio BROLY in the game. But that is going to be all for this time, guys. The final speedrun time is 1 hour 9 minutes and 29 seconds. So let me know, what do you think about this Prime Battle Broly? Did you enjoy this video? Just, again, it's just a rambling, not really anything happening, just me talking to you guys and just kind of being myself for a little bit of time and talking about various different things about myself, the channel, the game in of itself, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm very excited to use this guy. You'll see him in some Uncontrollable Movie Bosses teams very, very shortly. Again, what I think I'm going to do is run Hirudegarn as my leader, because this guy is on Hiru's leader skill, because he's Movie Bosses and Resurrected Warriors, and then the 30% is Legendary Existence and Transformation Boost. So he would only be in the 170, but I think that's fine, because I could run Hirudegarn, Tech Carnival Broly, Easy A Broly, the other Easy A Broly, Cell Max, and this guy, and that would be, like, I think a pretty effective team, I think. So, let me know what you think about the character. Let me know if you're excited to work on him. And let me know, what do you think about the Prime Battle updates? Again, huge quality of life. Again, it took me probably like 3 or 4 times as long to get Wheelo from last year to the status that he is now. And Wheelo hasn't even Easy Aid. Hopefully, Wheelo's Easy Aid will be generational, but only time will tell. But that's going to be all for this time, guys. I've been the Super27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming PNG YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a Twitter, a Twitch, a TikTok, and a YouTube, the links to which can all be found in the description of this video. While you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, share me around, and leave me a comment. Positive, negative, or indifferent. I would love just any sort of interaction I can get from you all. But that's going to be all for now. So, as always, I've been the Super27, and I am signing off.